What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your WCW Weekend Contest walkthrough where the Kings play. We have got the History of Raw, King of Raw going on here. So, champions, bow down to the King of Raw. Brand new Gunther continues his triumphal march throughout this weekend. Earn more of his shards, 150% damage, straps, rare skill plates, and more History of Raw solo points. Click below for the History of Raw contest details on how to unlock Gunther King General. And you've got those popcorns that I want so bad because I could get 2 guys off of there and a few plates if I just happen to have a billion popcorns. Well, anyway. Please note, though, that screenshots are taken from a test environment. Test numbers, items, and dates are subject to change. Some parts of the contest might still be a work in progress, so check in-game for the latest numbers, items, once the contest has started. Side effects may include... You know it. Schedule going on. We've got the History of Raw 1-6. That doesn't seem right. No, I'm sorry. That's part of the overall event. It's already started. Ends 1:13 on noon. Faction Invasion Loot Contest on 1:10. Ends 1:13. King of Raw Faction Boss. Still can't be right. It should be 1-9. 1-9 at noon. Otherwise, this doesn't make sense because the 6th was 3 days ago. Or it should be 1:10. Sorry. 1:10 at noon. I don't know what we're saying. Dates are wrong, subject to change, checking game, but, these things are usually like Friday, Saturday, or just all day Saturday. Anyway, King of the Boss faction competition ends on 1:12 at 6 a.m. And the faction boss itself, 1:10, that's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, ends 1:12. Reward highlights. You can get 1,000 shards of Gunther in the solo milestones, 250 in the tours, 500 in the showdown contest, and in the weekend contest, you're going to see 250 in tours, 460 in faction boss competition, and 40 in the faction boss shop. In addition to that, you're going to see 80 in the faction boss shop, 400 in the web shop offers. His shards are going to be in the loot, and there will be another $5 offer that restocks on Friday that gets you a total of 600 shards. So if you did the first one or do it today, you get 300, and then another $5 gets you to 600. You're also going to find these bags throughout the contest. You've got the popcorn prize wall bags. You've seen those. And then the King of Raw bag, which has Gunther. It's got King of Raw medallions, and it's got 15 or so shards of some S and S plus tier characters. Well, mostly S, actually, it looks like. Weekend prize wall. Collect the King of Raw medallions in the tours, milestones, leaderboards, and web shops at WWEChampions.com. You can get a 6-star gold Gunther King General, Ultimate Gunther King General strap, 150% gem damage, 100% gem damage, Nia Jax Queen of the Ring 150, Nia Jax Queen of the Ring 100, gem defense, that is. The hundreds are gem defense, I just noticed. And then the random ultimate straps with 150% gem damage. I really feel like the 150% gem damage straps have been... Not that they're like easy to get for everybody, but they've been offered a lot more. Like when the 100% gem damage straps came out, like it was rare, right? Tell me if you remember that in the comments section. But there's at least been many chances to get them, whether or not it's been free to play or pay or somewhere in between is another thing. Anyway, skill plates, the Piper's Power plate. Yes, please. Everyone needs 20 of those. Eyes of Judgment plate. I don't have 20, by the way. I've got a few. Eyes of Judgment, Timeless Style. I don't have that one. Buzzard's Beak, Nightmare Insignia, Barber's Blades, Unbreakable Crown, Down the Rabbit Hole, King Sheamus Crown, Dead Man's Sigil, the Titan Plate, which is always a good option, and the Mysterious Mask, which works on exactly 3 characters in the game. Don't forget about the History of Raw week-long prize wall with new beer bath moment, Gunther King General shards, skill plates, and more. Faction Invasion? What? They're not bringing back Invasion, are they? Let's just keep our wits about us here. I don't think that's what this is saying here. We're going to see. Spend a King of the Ring loot coin and max milestones 2.5 million across your faction. We'll get you 32 King of the Raw bags, 500 King of Raw medallions, and 1.4 million History of Raw contest points. That's actually not small. Top 200 leaderboard ranks can get more medallions and 6-star gold tokens. Faction boss competition. Play with your faction to earn points. Max milestone 150 million. That's going to get your whole faction. 460 Gunther King General shards, 700k History of Raw solo contest points, and 6-star gold tokens. The contest, oh, and by the way, faction leaderboard has up to 5,000 popcorn buckets in it. There you go. Faction competition, CSS, day 1, tomorrow, I'm guessing. Defeat the boss with on level 20 with any NWO character. Thank goodness I took Hogan 6-star gold. 250k points 40 times across the faction. Day 1, defeat the boss with Wyatt 6, any of them. Defeat the boss with any Raw on a level 20. Defeat the boss on level 10 with any Raw superstar. Every faction should be able to do that one at least. Defeat the boss on level 20 with any DX superstar. Take up, if you've got the Yeet plate, take up X-Pac, Macho Man, and those guys. DX specifically. Without a Yeet plate, your best option is highly likely to be Acro Sean. He is got some things that he can do still now that they keep bumping him up. Day 2, defeat the boss on level 20 with any Attitude Era. So that is pretty much your DX, NWO, Vader, Austin, a few of those guys. Vader's new gen. Anyway, defeat the boss on level 10 with any Wyatt 6 superstar. And then you've got some individualized limited time tours, which get you 250 Gunther King General shards, 144 King of Raw medallions, 8 History of Raw superstar chests, 1.540000 History of Raw contest points. And here's who you use. Friday, deck the Brawls Roundup with Jey Uso Yeet, Nia Jax Queen of the Ring, and Gunther King General. So that's like the top. You got to have one at least of the top ones this time. That's going to be hard for some people, but you can do it without CSS, I'm sure, hopefully. Friday, Raw Powerhouse, any Powerhouse, so that opens things up. Bronson Reed, Razar, Brutus Creed, Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, so, everybody's got Brutus at least. Friday, the Showboat goes on, any Showboat. Joe Gacy, Huskus the Pig Boy, everybody's at least got him. Maxine Dupree, I can't do it at this time of night. Xavier Woods, King Woods, Seth freaking Rollins, Chad Gable, Alpha Academy. He's been given out a lot lately. And Sheamus of the Brawling Brutes. Still a little rare, but he has been in the 6-star gold loot many times. I've hit him. That doesn't mean everybody has, but, maybe you did. Friday, Take Me to Your King. Tech Me to Your King. I see what you did there. With Gunther Imperium, good luck. We've got some videos on him. Be sure and look him up. One of them is does he just suck, or am I building him wrong? So shout out to the guys, Stride in particular, who helped me see that you can get him to hit okay. Friday, let's striker a deal. Any striker, Jey Uso Yeet, Drew McIntyre, Master of the Claymore, Sonya Deville, Hair Up and Square Up, Eric of the Viking Raiders. Everybody should have him, and I'm sorry if you have to use him. Rhea Ripley, This Is My Brutality, 100 million times better than Eric. Saturn Day, and it says that on each of them, so I don't know if that's intentional or, literally that's the origin of Saturday. It was after Saturn. So, maybe that's unintentional. I don't know. Anyway, Outsiders, any Attitude Era. But if you can use Big Kev or Scott Hall, you're going to be sitting pretty there. Saturn Day, Funky Like a Monkey. Thank you. That was a Dusty Rhodes saying, though, wasn't it? Randy Savage, NWO. I don't attribute that to Randy Savage at the very least. Sounds like Dusty Rhodes to me. Sunday, Supporting Cast. Ooh, that means everybody in here are extras at best. Tamatonga, very good. Dominic Mysterio, the Judgment Day, he's okay. Tongaloa, not good. Kevin Owens can win any fight with a stun lock. It'll just take a while. Sami Zayn, Honorary Oos. Good, but not at 6-star gold levels. Sunday, No love lost. Any modern. The Rock final boss. Cody Rhodes finished the story, and Cody Rhodes, the story continues. Most will have final boss. Some will have finished the story, and if you've got story continues, it'll be a breeze. Faction boss info. Now, I'm not going to read all of this because a lot of them are the same every single time. I'm going to give you some highlights and some understanding of how to do it. But the basic idea is you don't have to beat every single individual level. You can start at whatever your highest level attainable is. Like, let's say it's 20 for you. You just have to beat 4 level 20 matches plus whatever your faction is asking you to do, because you want to be a team player. It's a faction event. But you get all of the rewards from the lower levels for beating the highest level. Then you also want to pay attention to having a full team. You need all 4 people in there the whole time. Otherwise, you don't get that 2x bonus. So the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, King General, makes his appearance as this week's faction boss. Prepare your lineup to gather your faction mates and take on the King General. Be ready to counter his boss moves that now include large all-color gem shields, freezing your superstar moves, and a boss heal. So, here's the important part you need to know, and then it just explains it like 6 more times. You need Hell Freezes over. Someone on your team needs to have a level 10, or 2 of you need to have a level 9 at least to even consider yourselves ready for this boss if you can't beat him turn 1. That's a whole other story. But outside of beating him turn 1, you need 1 person on every single boss battle team that has Hell Freezes over at level 10. Don't go into battle without it. Also, Healer Steel is helpful to counter them because he's going to heal himself. You also need to bring superstars that can create and destroy lots of gems. Just a note, the Hogans, most of the Hogans, but in particular the Trickster and the Powerhouse, or where most people have theirs, they create a lot of wildcard gems. Those count as any color gems. So if you've got the buffed up now Powerhouse Hogan, you should take him or consider taking him into battle because he can create all sorts of gems, all sorts of wildcard gems, and they count as any color, so they will break any shield accordingly. Also, you need row break, column break, and X break gems. There's pretty much your last 2 months of characters, your DX characters, and your NWO characters that are best with those. And of course, the NWO and DX characters just got buffed. So if you didn't know, go check that blog out because they got significant, in some cases, buffed. Like Trickster Macho. Merrick has a video on it. Great. Also, check out Professor's videos on who to use in this boss battle because you're going to want to know that. The important things you need to know, though, are that X-Break gem damage do 300%. So a Razar, DDP, ones like that would create a lot of X-Break gems. 300% is not a huge buff, though. Row Break gem damage, 300%. Column break gem damage 300%, and for the first time all gem damage minus 50%, which sucks, but keep in mind your strap will counter that. So let's say you could go from a 50 to 100% strap on somebody. Make that move if you have the plate mover currency, because then that negates that effect functionally. This is why we do these. This is not just reading the blog, it's information. Speaking of not just reading the blog, you can see that right there. Level 23 has 2.1 billion health, and it goes down from there. This is all a repeat. Read through it, but listen to what I just said, and you should be okay. You can see these. I'm not going to read through this either, but functionally what you need to know is 6-star bronze up to 17, 6-star silver up to 22, and 6 gold is the only way to get into a 23, so you need those. We've already talked about Hell Freezes over. Make sure you go in with it. Healer Steel. The other ones that are always good, Exhaust and Helping Hand. Multiple people running a level 10 exhaust can make it so the boss can't defeat you, so that is good to know, and its time just gives you more time. So, that's what that is. We've already kind of looked at all of that. Please note there's a /SU spoiler there. Wonder what that means. If a team member disconnects or leaves an ongoing battle, the team won't earn the total points for that battle. And as Rusty and I always say, make sure, you go on the forum giveaway. Statistically, there are less people who are going on the forum giveaway, although it increases as people listen to this, then the odds of winning him in a loot pull. So not that pulling loot is bad, you do you, whatever you need to do with that. However, the other side of it is just that less people in the pool, the odds of you winning are greater. So all you got to do is leave some constructive feedback. That means I liked this, I wasn't a fan of this, and here's how I would make what I wasn't a fan of something that I liked. That's it. That's your constructive feedback. This hasn't officially released yet, so I don't know why there's 26 likes on it. But we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let me know what you think of this weekend's contest. Pretty straightforward boss battle, but you got the particulars and specifics in there. Be sure to subscribe to Champions Chat, like this video, and then send this to your friend or faction mates. All of your friend and faction mates who need to know how to get ready for this boss, because that's super important. Also, be sure and check out some of our Back to Basics series, one of which we have in particular that goes over boss battle. And we all know you have at least that guy in your faction that maybe will watch a YouTube video but won't listen to you. And we tell you how to get the most out of the boss battle. So check that out. We will see you on the next one. Thanks for checking in with us on this one. Bye.